The Big Show with Night and Day.
Get a hell of a caffeine fix from your local Night and Day.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size. This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hauraki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
G'day, flowers. It's the 6th of June, 2024. You're hooning the Big Show. Jason, Mike, back on Monday. Keezy, still pesting about Bali for like another week. And Tony Lyle couldn't quite make it in. So, much like my high school sporting career, it's Team C with me, Producer Pugs. Usually I'd be in Studio B, but they've let me into the big rig to cock that up for you today. So I am fizzing. I've got some vintage Big Show to play, plus plenty of chances for you to win stuff too. We got $50 night day vouchers, plus that Trade Wars is kicking off at 4:30. I wonder what two trades are going to go head to head today. Yesterday got a bit tense. We'll get into that later. And that 25 grand fiddler, even though you've caught him a bunch of times, you've put him in the worst prison in NZ because he keeps getting out, and that could go off at any time. So listen out for that. And as always, hot tunes. And speaking of hot, red hot chili peppers. And unlike me, we've got some self-esteem from The Offspring. You're listening to Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
It's the red hot chili peppers on Radio Hauraki. You're here with Pugs, filling in for Jace, Mike, and Keezy. Those crims, those absolute scumbags. Now, I don't say that lightly. Over the last week, I've caught them on camera, all doing some pretty bad things. And so I need your help to decide just who out of them the Big Show bad boy is. So every day this week, I'm chucking up a video of them committing their crimes on the Hauraki socials, Hauraki Big Show on Instagram there. Check out the vids. For example, last night's one, Mike Minogue committing an absolute crime in the office bathroom and then sniffing his hand afterwards way too enthusiastically. So if you want to have a gaze at that, then text the word bad with either Jace, Mike, or Keezy to 3483 and vote for who you think the Big Show bad boy is. And every vote puts you in the draw for a grand cash and a double pass to go and see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's out today. Go and see it. In the meantime, some real vintage Big Show for you in about 12 minutes. Here's L7 on Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
Best rock artist at the Aotearoa Music Awards last week, racing on the Hauraki Big Show. You're here with Pugs, filling in for Jace, Mike, and Keezy, spinning you some of their best moments from throughout the years. And this one's quite special to me in particular. I thought it was most appropriate since it's my first Big Show moment in the seat today here with you to play one of my first days ever working here. I was young, I was impressionable, just nuzzling into the bosom of Hoity J on the Big Show and entering the fold, if you will. And these guys decided to take me out for a curry night, which is now tradition with the Hauraki Big Show. And let's just say that Keezy made it a hell of an experience.
We were just talking about our Big Show curry night last night, which is becoming a regular feature of the show.
Yep.
Tradition,
It was me and Deb Minogue, Keezy, and our new mate, Pugsy.
Captain Pugwash.
Went to a very nice place in Parnell there, and Minogue and I ordered some food before the other lads arrived, and then we ordered some beers, didn't we, Keezy?
Yeah, we did order one beer each, and that was totally fine. And if you want to see a photo, Hauraki Big Show Instagram page there, Jason Hoyt was on selfie duty.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
And that's really where, after that first big bottle of beer, Minogue, things began to just deteriorate. So I don't
know what you're talking about.
I just want to paint a little picture, if I might. Sitting right next to us was a group of octogenarians.
That's right, elderly.
Who, by the way, spent most of the evening talking about the operations they'd had.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them just had tape on their head, fresh from the operating table.
One had a solar. He was operating a solar panel for a sex machine up top.
Yeah.
Right? No hair, so he had a bit of a captain's tubing going around the side. A massively sunburnt dome with plasters over what I can only imagine were extracted melanomas.
Yes.
Had that look about it.
Yes.
There was another guy that was, before you guys arrived, Keezy, was just going on and on about some operation he'd had and, some pipe that had been shoved down his gullet.
This is all true too.
And then the other three were just having to eat the stuff up. But I imagine that's what it gets to when you're that age. It's just yarning about
your medical ailments. But anyway, so Keezy then ordered another big bottle. I think it was Tiger beer.
No, it was Kingfisher.
Oh, Kingfisher, sorry, I apologise. Which is 8%. He ordered another one. He hoed into that, down that bastard.
Drank it at a casual pace.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, the first F-bomb. resonated around the around the restaurant.
What was amazing about that is we were sort of sitting out the front on the veranda there.
Yes.
And you could hear a clatter of cutlery against plates inside the restaurant.
Yes.
Could you?
And just total silence, like a vacuum.
Totally, man.
We had a candle on our table. It blew out.
Yeah, that's...
From the F-bomb.
Yeah.
I don't remember
from
that.
the air being sucked out of the room, man.
Oh, right.
I know you don't remember it. See, the thing about Liz with alcoholism as well, Jace, is people think that they've got a really high tolerance for the booze.
Totally.
But actually what happens is you only need one beer to top yourself up, and he's full steam ahead again.
Yeah, and he'd had 2 big bottles by that stage. So we started getting into the curries. Very nice, by the way.
Oh, it's
I
good.
must admit
very
they
good.
were nice for vegetarian, ultra hot.
Yeah.
Then Keezy knocks over a massive bottle of beer on the table, breaks old Pugsy's wine glass, and then another massive F-bomb. Reverb. By this stage, Minogue's getting a little bit, he's getting a little bit, hey, Keezy.
Yeah.
Keezy, pull it in a bit, son.
Yeah.
Right, then what happened, Jason?
And then, it was fun. And then Keezy just sort of said, well, this is just how I effing talk. It's like,
Whoa!
So at that point, you and I just sort of started quaffing down the food.
Yeah,
let's get
yeah.
out of here. This is going
you
to
guys
turn.
just pig out.
I'm
it was
signalling
crazy.
to the bill.
Yeah.
Pugsy's on the verge
You
of
were
tears.
signalling for the bill.
Pugsy's on the verge of tears.
But can I
He's
just
freaked
say,
out.
Jace, that this isn't the worst of it. And I think we probably have to come back.
Let's keep coming back to this.
Yeah, I think we do,
it was
actually.
a hell of a night.
That Hauraki Best of the Big Show moment, November 2022. So nearly 2 years old. And I still tear up when I think about Keezy's behaviour that night. I live around the Parnell area now, where that restaurant is, and I have to relive that trauma every time I drive past. Now, you can listen to every Big Show we've ever done just by searching Hauraki Big Show wherever you get your potties from. And it's also worth noting, I actually put up a few of the videos of our podcast outros on YouTube. So if you go to Radio Hauraki on YouTube there, you'll be able to watch some of the fellas in action. And if it goes well, if we get some views, who knows, maybe I'll make some more videos of our potties. In the meantime, tools down and lids off after the break because it's Trade Wars time here on Radio Hauraki. Get ready for that Wheel of Trades.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Tools down and lids off. It's Super Liquor Trade Wars time. Time to spin the Wheel of Trade.
That's right, it's back. All thanks to our good mates at Super Liquor. Cheers to tradies, cheers to Super Liquor. They've made the Wheel of Trades to create a battle of the minds and backbones in the hopes of winning a cold hard dollop of $500 cash. So we're going to find out who reigns supreme when it comes to Trade v Trade in a game of the best of 3 general knowledge or Big Show related questions. You never know what you're going to get. So for example, yesterday we had painters up against concreters, and let's just say we found out why it's called Trade Wars and not Trade Friends.
You know who's on the $10 note?
Yeah, I do. It's Kate Shepherd, mate.
Oh,
Kate.
you're not an absolute mug, mate. You did
but
get
I
one right.
First on the first question, and old f***ing ding dong and just rattled the answer off. So,
Well, there you go. And there's passion on the field there.
That's the kind of fun and friendly rivalry we're trying to foster here with Trade Wars at Radio Hauraki. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to spin this wheel twice. If you hear the trade that you work in called out, I want you to give me a call on Radio Hauraki, 0800 Hauraki, and you can play to win that $500 cash. All right, let's fire up this wheel, baby. First spin. Oh, roofers. Roofers. Okay, if you're a roofer, give me a buzz on 0800 Hauraki. I'm going to spin it once more here. This is the first time we've had this. So this is other. There's one of this on the wheel. It says other, which means I can choose whatever trade I want. Now, I'm going to go for something a little different here as far as trades and backbones. As we know on the Big Show, everybody's a backbone. So if you work in IT, if you're an IT guy, or if you're a roofer from the first spin. So roofers and IT guys, give me a call on 0800 Hauraki, and we'll get you spinning the wheel for that $500 cash next.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
Let's go to the Trade Wars Super Liquor Scoreboard.
That's right, Trade Wars is back. All thanks to our mates at Super Liquor. Cheers to tradies, cheers to Super Liquor. It's getting tense. It's time for another round of Tradie v Tradie. Things got particularly tense yesterday between the painters and the concreters. So let's get our other connection in. So this was one segment on the wheel that says other, which means I can choose whatever trade I want, and I've gone for IT. Now, I believe, Alex, are you there? I believe you work in IT.
I certainly do, mate. How are we going today?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for calling in, man. Your chance to win this lovely dollop of cash, but it's not yours yet, man. First, we've got to get your other trade that you're going head-to-head with, and today, that is roofers. Josiah, I believe you're a roofer, my friend.
Yep, that's me.
Alrighty. So we've got Josiah, the roofer, against Alex from IT. Now, just to reiterate, fellas, your buzzer for these three questions is your trade. So, Josiah, I want to hear you yelling roofer, and Alex, it's probably quite weird to yell, but you can shout IT as quickly as you possibly can, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, fellas, let's fire off with this first question. Bit of general knowledge here. What's the tallest mountain in New Zealand?
Roofer. IT.
Okay, Josiah, coming in hot there. Josiah, what is it? What's the tallest roof? What's the tallest mountain in the country?
Mount Cook.
Alrighty, we've got one on the board for Josiah, one on the board for the roofing community. Now, if Josiah gets this next one, he's taking it out. Okay, one more question, fellas. What was the final score of last night's State of Origin game?
IT.
Okay, Alex, what do you got?
Was it 38-10?
Yeah, man. All right, IT is on the board here. Oh, God. It's a tiebreaker now, fellas. So whoever gets this next one, you've taken out $500 cash. I'm going to go with a maths question here. If Keezy has a van full of 500 asthma inhalers and he uses 330 of them, how many inhalers does he have left?
Roofer.
All right, Josiah, this is it, man. It could be yours. Do the maths. What do you got?
170.
That's it, my friend.
Let's go.
Very nicely done. Hey, well played, Alex. You stay on the line. I'll have something for you. In the meantime, Josiah, I'll chuck you on hold as well. You've represented the roofing community well, fellas. Good job, all right? Hold the line. And that's all thanks to our mates at Super Liquor. That $500 going to Josiah. We'll play it again tomorrow. Same time, same place. You're listening to Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
That is a tune on Radio Hauraki. You're here with Pugs, filling in for Jace, Mike and Keezy until they're back next week. And in the meantime, I got some more best of the Big Show moments to spin for you after 5 o'clock, including one about a historic moment. That's how you say that, isn't it? About Hauraki's history. So we'll play that after 5, plus some exciting news about a massive day we had here at Hauraki last year. We're bringing it back this June, not to mention the tunes.
You gotta fight for your right to war.
I'm going to play some Beastie Boys for you and some Fooey's.
There goes my hero.
Just talking about you. You're my hero. We'll play that and many more after 5. You're listening to Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keezy. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Look, I've got to be frank with you. It's none of those fellas. It's Producer Pugs. They've uncaged me from Studio B since all the boys are away. You got Jason Mike back on Monday. Keezy still pesting around on scooters in Bali until Friday, when no doubt he'll fly home after upgrading himself into premium economy and leaving his wife in economy. He actually just got off the phone with me in tears because he heard there's a massive staff event tonight where there might be free and responsible lemonades, and so he's gutted. He's thinking about catching an early flight home in premium economy, of course. Now, in the meantime, I've got some best of the Big Show moments to spin for you this hour, including an historic moment in Hauraki's history. But first, in about 9 minutes, an exciting event that happened last year. It was all the good feels. We're bringing it back for another year round, and we want you to be a part of it. I'll tell you all about it after some Fooey's on Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
It's Jane's Addiction on the Hauraki Small Show with Producer Pugs filling in for Jace, Mike and Keezy until they get back next week. Now, in the meantime, we've got a massive day at Hauraki coming up, and we want you to be a part of it. The Big Show boys will be back, plus the rest of the wider Hauraki crew. So June, if you didn't know, Bowel Cancer Awareness Month. So once again, we've teamed up with our mates at Bowel Cancer NZ and Cotton Softs, and we want to raise a crapload of awareness and a shitload of cash for Bowel Cancer NZ. And what we're calling Day in Lou number 2, and what I'm being reprimanded for calling Too Lou, Too Furious. So we're spending 12 hours broadcasting from the Bog at the Empire Tavern on Wednesday, the 26th of June. That's here in Auckland. And every hour, you know those commercial breaks you hear, we're going to replace those with comedic breaks with a whole bunch of our funny mates. So you can get involved in a bunch of ways. First and foremost, text Lou to 3779 from any time today to make an instant $3 donation. And it's not just today as well, it's from today. Or go to dayandlou.co.nz for all the details and to make bigger donations than $3 if that's your thing. And come down on Wednesday, the 26th of June, Empire Tavern in Auckland. It's going to be a fun 12 hours. In the meantime, another Best of the Big Show moment coming up. But first, the Beastie Boys fight for your right on Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
It's Oasis on the Hauraki, just our producer, because we're all on holiday show. You're here with Pugs, filling in for the fellas till they're back next week. I've got another Best of the Big Show moment to spin for you, right? This was special because I was given a very important task about 6 months ago to dive deep into the Hauraki archives and bring out some historic audio.
Today is the 57th birthday of the first ever broadcast from Radio Hauraki out there on the Hauraki Gulf.
Yes.
On the Tiri ship there.
Sorry, the what?
Tiri.
Tiri, T-I-R-I, the name of the boat.
Yeah.
The Tiri boat. Amazingly, Prebs, actually, he's the guru around here for everything. He makes the station run. He sent us through audio of the very first broadcast ever from Radio Hauraki.
Oh, we should play it.
Yeah,
we definitely should. And, I've got to take my hats off to those guys and ladies that went out of their way to do something different in New Zealand radio, Mogi. They really broke the mould and created this unique radio station that we have the immense pressure of maintaining.
Yeah, that's right. So,
but we do have the first ever audio voice break, don't we?
Yep, here it is. First ever thing ever heard on Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy. Well, hello there, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Monday afternoon. It's the 4th of December, 1966. So very good to have your company. And Mogi, you mad bastard, looking dapper as ever. How's life, old boy?
Oh, you know me, I can't complain. You crazy son of a gun, you massive backbone, you. Weather's not looking too fantastic out there today, but to be honest with you, I'm not too bothered. I'm happy to be spending it with you fine gentlemen.
Well, likewise, my friend. And Keezy, you mad bastard, looking a bit green under the gills there. Rough weekend, was it?
Jolly good chaps. Yes, it was a rough weekend, if I'm honest. But to be here with you guys in the Hauraki Gulf on this boat, the Tiri, it's all worth it. Hey, have you heard this new song from the Beatles?
Oh, yes, it's an absolute cracker, isn't it? And I was thinking of you, Keezy, when we kicked off this broadcast, being out here on the Hauraki Gulf. Must be a bit wheezy for you with the up and down bobbing and so forth.
Yes.
You'd be wishing that this boat was a steamboat, given the amount of steamers you're always doing.
Very funny, chaps, very funny. Well, I'd be able to breathe a lot easier if I had a nose as big as yours.
Now, careful not to get too handsy with the cabin boy there, Keezy.
Look, I think that's a thruppence, Pugs. I think that's a thruppence. Now, coming up, we've got some great tunes hot off the wireless, so let's kick into it, shall we? Hey, Jude!
Wow, it is so amazing looking back in the history of this great radio station, fellas. It made me a bit teary-eyed there, actually, to be honest with you.
The more radio changes, the more it stays the same, eh?
Yeah, totally.
Well, I was just like, wow, we've just come so far, and it has been a long time. You know, if we were to do that stuff now, I don't think it would go down very well.
Not at all.
So
totally. Hey, if you want to send a happy birthday, do by all means send us a talkback or a 3483. And in the spirit of Radio Hauraki, let's keep the great tunes going.
I got to say, it warms the cockles of my heart to know I'm part of such a high-quality institution of New Zealand broadcasting. Now, in the meantime, before the fellas get back from their break, you can hear every show we've ever done just by searching Hauraki Big Show wherever you get your potties from. And we have another best bit for you before the hour's out, and I got some white stripes for you in 4 minutes on Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keezy. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
It's MGMT. On the Hauraki, every member of the show is away show. You're here with Pugs, filling in for the fellas until they get back on Monday. Well, not all of them get back on Monday. Keezy doesn't get back till our next live show, which just happens to be at a Hamilton institution. Of course, I'm talking about Field Days next week. That's on from the 12th until the 15th in Mystery Creek there. We're going to be doing the big show live amongst the Backbones at the event on Friday the 14th of June at the Good George Bar and Eatery on site. So get your tickets, fielddays.co.nz, and if you do, you can personalise your ticket and be in to win an Isuzu D-Max Ute. How good's that? Then you can visit the Isuzu Ute site F60 for an extra entry into the draw for that. So don't miss the big show's next live event, baby. Next Friday, 14th of June, Good George Bar and Eatery on site at Field Days. Another best of the big show moment for you in 13 minutes. Here's Guns N' Roses on Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keezy.
It's the Cult on the Hauraki I'm All By Myself show. It's Producer Pugs filling in for the fellas. They'll be back next week. Another best of the big show moment for you. This one 2 years ago to the month, so June 2022. Now, this one comes with a little bit of something extra. I need your help on this one because I've been trying to convince the fellas to bring this back. So, I'm going to open up a little snap poll on the text machine here, 3483. I'm going to play you this audio, and I want you to text me and tell me if you think we should bring this back. In the meantime, for everybody who texts in, you'll go on the draw for a $50 night day voucher. Get a hell of a caffeine fix from your local night and day. I've actually got a bunch of these to give away and nobody to monitor me, so I can go bananas. In the meantime, here's the audio. Have a listen and tell me on 3483 if you think I should bring it back.
Ooh. Yeah, that works. Looking sharp.
Yes, Queen.
So good.
Yeah.
Spicy.
I would.
Oh. It's the Hauraki Big Show Turtleneck Tuesday. Oh, yeah. So good. Never before in my life, New Zealand, have I seen two hotter men in the studio with me, brandishing their brand new turtlenecks, and Mike Minogue, you massive rogue stallion of a man. How's life?
It's going pretty grouse, and thanks for asking. I like to see that your turtleneck there, Jace, it goes all the way up to your chin.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, real hot. You're looking pretty good too there, Keezy.
Thanks, Jace. Yeah, Turtlehead Tuesday. I mean, when Mike came up with the idea, I was like worried it might be too hot, but it's just the right amount of hot.
Well, from where I'm sitting, Keezy, she's way too hot, buddy. Hey, listen, we're bringing back the turtle. And the whole idea of Turtleneck Tuesday is to bring back the turtleneck because a massively undervalued garment, Mike, as far as I'm concerned.
I haven't seen a turtleneck around my throat for a nigh on 40 years. And more's the pity. So the three of us got to chatting, didn't we? And we thought, why not bring the turtleneck back?
And speaking of bringing it back, do you think we should bring that back? Turtleneck Tuesday. That was the first time it ever aired, June 2022. I want to know if you think I should try and convince the fellas to bring it back for another season. We've still got time. It's still winter. I'm sure somebody would come on board to bring us the turtlenecks. But in the meantime, the text number is 3483. Let me know yes or no. Every text in the draw for a $50 night day voucher. And I will say, out of transparency, it is a little bit self-serving. I've heard the Turtleneck Tuesday many a time before, but I feel like I'd be privileged to sit in Studio B and watch the fellas in their turtlenecks. Anyway, you can listen to every big show we've ever done just by searching Hauraki Big Show wherever you get your potties from. In the meantime, here's Chemical Brothers and Beck. It's wide open. You're listening to Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Hauraki, Producer Pugs here. Just before, I was asking on the text machine 3483, should we bring back the iconic Radio Hauraki Big Show segment Turtleneck Tuesday? Kicked off around June 2022, sort of fizzled out after a time there. I'm suggesting we bring it back. Overwhelmingly on the text machine, you agree with me, which I'm absolutely thrilled to hear. And all of those texts in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher, so keep them coming through. I'm also massively turned on at the idea of seeing the fellas in their turtlenecks once again. I do see one text here on 3483. How is Jason Hoyt going to fit his massive honker in the Look, there might be some logistical issues with the turtlenecks and getting them back. That's a case I'm going to have to work on while the fellas are away and pitch it to them when they get back. So I'll keep you in the loop on that one. In the meantime, we've got plenty more best bits to come after 6 o'clock and tunes from Head Like a Hole and Collective Soul. You're listening to Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keezy. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah, welcome back, you absolute weapon. You're here with Pugs. They let me out of Studio B since all the fellas are away. Jason Mike, back on Monday. Keezy, he'll be back on Friday from sunny Bali for our live show at Field Days. Don't miss it, next Friday. In the meantime, you're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. That doesn't really work with one person, but we've got to get the credit out, don't we? Now, every Tuesday in June, you can enjoy a barista-made coffee for just $2. How good's that? I'm only here for another hour, so I'm going to try to squeeze in another couple of best of the Big Show moments for you, including one in 9 minutes where the Big Show took a stance against bullying. In the meantime, here's Collective Soul, The World I Know. You're listening to Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
It's Head Like a Hole on Radio Hauraki. You're here with Pugs, filling in for Jace, Mike and Keezy. They'll be back next week. In the meantime, another best of the Big Show moment for you. This one speaks a little bit to the Big Show's reputation, both in broadcasting and, of course, with all our listeners as well. We are massively against bullying and down-talking of any kind. And there was one great example of this when we were celebrating Pink Shirt Day in May 2022.
Hey, it is, the Pink Shirt Day today to get rid of bullying in schools and so forth. Bloody great
and
thing.
And in workplaces,
And in workplace. Well, this is, you know what just happened to me, Mike?
What's that, mate?
I walked out into the lounge there, and old Mike Lane from the ACC, head of the ACC, he said to me, Jason, I'm really liking your hair, mate.
Right.
It's looking really good. And he said, because you haven't got a really munty-shaped head like Minogue.
Oh, you're joking.
And I said, hey, Lane, mate, you can't be saying that Minogue's got a munty-shaped head. He said, have you ever seen it side on? It is the muntiest, alienest thing I have ever seen. I almost throw up in my mouth. It's so weird. You see, Minogue...
Did he say throw up in his mouth?
Throw up in his mouth.
That saying's from like about 30 years ago. That doesn't sound like him.
And I said, well, that's a really old saying, Mike. But hey, mate, that's not acceptable, pal.
Oh, did you call him out for me, man?
I call him out. And this is the thing about bullies. You got to call them out. You got to, because what happens when you call a bully out, Mike?
Oh, they normally punch your face in.
Oh, no, he just sculled a bear.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's sweet, didn't care.
Yeah, because that was the thing that I got told. If anybody ever bullies you, you just stand up to them and they'll cower away. And what would happen was I got my teeth kicked down my throat a lot of the time. But, I felt good to stand up for myself once all those teeth had been sort of replaced and that.
Yeah, totally, mate. I was the same because I was a bit mouthy.
Oh,
I mean, I know that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
So, if someone... I'd stand up the bullies and just unload.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd just unload on them.
Yeah, would you?
True story. I did that once, and there was I think I've told this story. It was in the third form, and I was unloading on this guy. He was a massive unit too. Just going nuts at him because he was bullying this young fella.
Oh, good. Even younger than you,
even younger than me. And I was really going. He just decked me.
Yeah, good.
He literally decked me with one punch, unconscious.
Oh, how good!
He got up again and mouthed off.
Yeah,
and he just decked me again.
Yeah,
unconscious. You were saying something, Keezy.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, you were about to.
Oh, sorry, I got lost in picturing you getting decked twice in a row. It was great.
Good,
After unloading on a massive dude.
First and second time only, mate. Never again.
Yeah.
Not with these fists of steel. Yeah.
Do you have a name for your fists?
Pardon?
Do you name your fists? Like you see a movie, some guys have names for their
Crime
fists.
and punishment.
Yeah.
That's some people call them that.
Do you have that, Jace?
No.
Oh, sick.
just another example of the Big Show being responsible broadcasters. You can actually find every show we've ever done just by searching Hauraki Big Show wherever you get your podcasts from. And it's also worth reminding you, I've been putting up a couple of our podcast outros on YouTube in video form. So all of our podcasts are already there, but I'm slowly chipping away at putting up some videos of our potties. And if they go well, you never know, I may be able to do more. So get amongst that. Radio Hauraki on YouTube. Another best of the Big Show moment before the hour is out. Plus some great tunes in 4 minutes, including Sublime. And of course,
there must be some kind of way out of here.
A bit of Jimmy all along the Watchtower. That and many more on Radio Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy.
It's Jimi Hendrix on the Hauraki. Everyone's away, so we got the Producer Show. You're here with Pugs. The fellas are back next week. In the meantime, the Alternative Commentary Collective has a hell of a lot of activity this weekend. So this is all this Saturday, right? T20 Cricket World Cup from 11:30 in the morning on Sky Sport 9. Hurricanes v Rebels, 4:30 iHeartRadio on Sky Sport 9. Blues v Drua, 7 p.m. iHeartRadio on Sky Sport 9. And the Wires v Cowboys, 7:30 p.m. on Sky Sport 6. Don't miss out. That's all on the Alternative Commentary Collective. Another best of the Big Show moment for you very shortly in about 7 minutes. Here's the Gorillas on Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
It's Muse. You're here with Pugs on the Hauraki All By Myself show. The fellas will be back next week. In the meantime, one more best of the Big Show moment for you. Now, I thought I'd end on a more serious note because the fellas, we love to laugh, we love to joke, right? But we're all there for each other. We all show through, especially when one of us gets as serious a medical diagnosis as Mike Minogue did in August last year.
I went to the doctors yet again.
Good God.
I wish I get air points down there, you know?
Yeah, you'd be bloody raking them.
I'll be going hard at the old Koru Lounge there.
No, I tell you what, mate,
life.
you'd get a bloody worldwide trip out of that.
I reckon.
Well, you get plenty of EAR air points, wouldn't you?
Ah, nice.
Yeah, very good.
And so the reason I was down there was because of my bulges, having some issues with my bulges there.
What do you mean your bulges?
My bulging eyes.
His eyes.
I don't think your eyes are bulges.
Oh, well, we've spent many hours talking about them on the show, Jace.
Oh, well, it's just...
There's something affecting your memory.
I just find myself looking at staring into them dreamily most days, you know what I mean?
You see them straight on. I get the side-on vision.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
It's like you with Keezy's massive honker.
Or me with your massive honker.
Humongous it is over that side.
Yeah.
We're like the three Spider-Men. But anyway, there was a few issues with them, and you remember I went to the doctor about getting my eye lasered because I got hit in the eye with a skyrocket when I was a younger man.
Yes.
And the doctor there said, I wouldn't be worried about your getting hit in the eye with a laser. I'd be worried about the massive hoods that you've got grown down. You remember that?
Right.
Yes, I do remember
that hanging over my eyes. I was like, I didn't know I had that. And she said, look at the stadium, man. Look at the mirror. I was like, oh, yeah.
Those massive
I
flaps.
Start worrying about those bastards.
You know what they remind me
as well.
of? They remind me of Jace's weird hoodie. It's like you've got two of them
I've
over
got
your
two
bulges.
of them hanging over my bulges.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was trying to get those looked at there, and the doctor, you have to get sort of sent up the line. You get referred and referred and referred.
Yes.
And he said it's come from your childhood, and the eyes are bulging out of the head, which creates the hoods. And it was because I must have caught a case of gorkalitis when I was at school.
Right, okay.
Yeah. You heard about
Gorkalitis?
that? Yeah,
what is that? Oh, from gawking.
That's right. Yeah, when you're gawking at having a gaze at things for too long, you're gawking at it. And, somebody will say, get eyes for Christmas.
Oh,
and you're like, nah. And they go, got gorkalitis. And you're like, nah. Turns out I had gorkalitis.
Gorkalitis, right.
Yeah. Did you ever get that?
What?
Well, I'm going to say no because I don't have hooded eyes.
Oh, but you do. You do have hooded eyes.
Oh, do I?
The doctor just hasn't told you, but you do.
Right.
It's an age thing. When you get older,
sure,
everything starts sagging, Jace. You'll know that.
Well, I often have a sort of lazy left eye. I find.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it looks like...
It hangs down over the bastard, yeah.
But it's not more it's more the corner than the eyelid itself.
Yeah.
Wait, so you were diagnosed with gorkalitis. Last week you were diagnosed with Mondayitis.
Was I?
Yeah. And Jace, you had Shagger's back, remember?
Oh, yeah, Shagger's back.
I've still got Shagger's back.
As you get older, man, it's just one of those things.
Right.
A gradual disintegration of
Thank
the body.
you, yeah. But it's good to have a reason. There's nothing they can do about it.
So there's no treatment?
No, once you catch gorkalitis, you got it forever, you know? You're gorking left, right and centre.
Yes.
That's why I think you've got it, man.
Have I got it?
Well, Jason's always telling you eyes to the front because you're gorkalitis out the window all the time.
Totally, man.
Have I got saggy hood eyes?
They're on their way, I can tell. Yours are going to be bad.
Yeah, yours are going to be shockers. And
Are they?
And it's not really so much your eyelids at this stage of the sagging. It's other
What?
It's
What,
other
Jace?
bodily parts. No, just other bodily parts. That's all.
I don't think gorkalitis
Can I
affects
just
my
say on that
boobs.
front, Keezy, that your disintegration has started early, whereas Mogi, you've got a few more years on. Old
Yeah, I do. That's the thing. I'm old. I'm older than both of you
Jason
bastards.
Hoyt, Mike
But yeah,
Minogue,
gorkalitis.
and Keezy.
Wow,
man.
gorkalitis.
Well, it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to be done.
No, I've got a bad case, apparently.
Meanwhile, Jason's got a bad case of honkeritis.
See, Keezy says honkeritis. I've got a suspicion that gorkalitis is contagious because the amount of time that Jace and Mike spend together, I think the gorkalitis might have passed on to Jace the way his eyes pop out of his head whenever he has eyes to the front. Find every show we've ever done by searching Hauraki Big Show wherever you get your potties. Got some heart for you in 4 minutes on Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
That's it for the Hauraki Best of the Big Show moments for the day. I'm going to be back in same time, same place tomorrow for one more show before Jason might get back on Monday. And then old mate Keezy gets back on the Friday for our Field Days live show. In the meantime, have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll catch you tomorrow. You're listening to Radio Hauraki.